Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. I will introduce the last session of the summit, last session of today, with 5 outstanding people who each in their own way fight inequalities in contemporary city. It was mentioned on several occasions during the last 2 days that across the globe we unfortunately cringe when we hear that a city or an area is embarking upon urban redevelopment project. The fashionable phrase is being, however, used by local governments all over the world. But as we learned well, huge building and construction works undertaken by these projects are often masking excessive privatization and handing over of public resources and spaces to private interests and uses. Wasting away of astronomical sums of public money on absolutely unnecessary so-called beautification works, exclusion of the unfashionable and unmarketable content from the revamped parts of the city, pushing out of the poor into remote urban areas that are yet to be redeveloped in some hopefully distant future, happen almost simultaneously while the areas are being transformed. On the other hand, one should be aware that this is not, as we were often told, the only way of going forward, and that the false choice between the rats in the very city center and the truly modern European city is not the only choice. By the way, the rats Europe dichotomy I quoted is from the public campaign from recent redevelopment of Zagreb, Croatia, but I'm sure you heard many similar ones. These so-called urban redevelopments and large-scale infrastructural projects turn out to be crucial moments in time, in which economic and political interests that shape the transformation of the city and the new economy can still be negotiable. These are the instances when spatial organization of the city becomes literally war on space, whose outcome will have long-term social consequences. From a different perspective and different geographies, the speakers in this section address the need to figure out new ways of doing things, of renegotiating and redistributing the power relations within the contemporary megalopolis by turning things on their head, pursuing new approaches to criticality, resistance, and change. They talk about attempts to devise locally effective strategies that are not on defensive and that enter the struggle with progressive demands and visions for change. They do it through a variety of approaches, from social activism and direct political action to creating new models of art production and interaction with the audience in order to challenge and reshape production of the power in constructing the city and to create spaces for malleable and relational aspects of social life. The rise of the right-wing extremism and crumbling of social systems due to the economic effects of the most recent crisis of capitalism are taking many forms and shades in different local environments. But none of the topics of urgency is exclusive to any country or region, and it is time to look into ways of building new alliances on local, national, and international levels. Trajectories and similar struggles can be traced and connected through different geographies, and they can also be followed over the course of time. So speakers will talk about actions and work ranging from the 1980s to present day. All the models and strategies, of course, cannot be easily transposed from one place to another. Struggles of one place can become site of inspirations, encouragements, enacting solidarity between actors whose goal is creating the new forms of relationships within the public and ideological spaces. So please welcome with me the 5 speakers that are following: Jimmy Macmillan, Anne Messner, Shan Xiaoshan, Levant Asabashvili, and Rachel Leforest.